A week ago, we reviewed this CD cleaning and sanding and polishing machine, and I was just thinking to myself, if you're just gonna polish discs, couldn't you just do that by hand by buying one of these compound pads and then using some scratch or dent remover rubbing compound? So let's go ahead and put this to the test. Let's test some manual ways to see if there's a cheaper alternative to clean your broken discs or discs that aren't reading anymore. This might make the difference to make that old disc play again. Okay, we're gonna have 4 different remedies here today. We have 4 scratch discs. We have 4 different methods of cleaning these discs. The first method is, this thing is really just a dirt cleaner, a manual version. We also have the stand here, which we can put the discs in while we try the different methods, but here's like a little 2-stage cleaning kit. One is a scratch remover, one is the cleaner, polish, sealer. And then the second one we're gonna try is the Crest toothpaste. I guess we'll do this as the third one. We'll put the rubbing compound on this. And then this one, we're gonna speed things up a little bit and then see about cleaning the disc better that way. So disc 1, lots of scratches, as you see. By hand, I think by hand, we gotta do by hand first. So let's just assume you get one of these, or you have a stable place. This is just easy for me. And then by hand, we're gonna do the little kit here. Step 1 with the polish. You shake this stuff up. You put a couple dabs. And then you're supposed to go in and out, up and down. You're not supposed to do spirals. And then you're supposed to let this sit for a little while, and then we'll clean it. So there's one. The second method, here's another, well, that's setting up. This one, as you can see, is very dirty. The second method, let's just go ahead and use this guy here. We'll put that in. Okay. Definitely left a spiral. I don't think this is going to take out any of the scratches though, so it leaves a little coat there. So we get a microfiber cloth. Oh, it actually, it's got some sort of alcohol or something. It totally all vanished really quick. Okay, so it still has a ton of scratches. As you see, those deep scratches, especially right there. So it probably would help a little bit if you're like borderline with the screen, but otherwise not that great. But let's try this one again with the rubbing compound, like adding our own rubbing compound to it. I think that's gonna do really well. So back to this one. Now that we've let this sit, back to step 1. This is a little Maxwell DVD. Step 1, step 2. It comes with this little base here, and it comes with these little pads. And so now that we've let that sit, you're supposed to rub it off. And I'm only going outwards from inside out. Okay. And then we put the disc back down. We move over to step 2, where we can clean it all off. And then I'm gonna move to a new pad. Fresh pad here to remove the excess. Once I'm done with the pads, I'm gonna actually switch to the microfiber. Okay, 0 scratches removed, but it's definitely slightly polished. The disc has been slightly polished. Let's see. You can see the deep scratches like right here. Yeah. Right in there. So still deep scratches on this one. And let's move over to using this again. But what I want to do is, it's already kind of moist now. This is already kind of moist. Otherwise I'd add a little water, but it's already moist. And what I want to do now is add in some rubbing compound. And then I want to kind of let that move around a little bit. And this should actually all right. So we're gonna try this and then we'll try the toothpaste. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see that. It's definitely moving around in there. I'll even show it before we're done. I'll open it just to show you. It's definitely swirling. The JFJ usually does 20 seconds, so I'll do about 20 seconds here by hand. Wow, it's got stuck to the top. I mean, definitely did something. All right, I'm gonna use this one to get the majority of it off. And then we definitely need some sort of finisher. So I'm probably gonna use step 2 here, but if you have the spray cleaner as well, that works as well. Let that sit for a minute. And then the next thing we're gonna try is the toothpaste. So this is our rubbing compound with the Radio Shack compact disc cleaner. Now the problem with this is it's plastic. You're not gonna be able to clean like hundreds of discs. This might be good for like 10 to 20 discs before it breaks. Depends on how well you take care of it. But it's basically doing what the drill is gonna do and what these other ones are gonna do, but just at a much. So definitely did not take out the scratches, but polishing wise, it looks very shiny. It's shinier than ever. So this is the one we'll be using the toothpaste on next. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little toothpaste on here. And I'm gonna use these pads. All right, so we got a nice gooping of toothpaste. And I have to tell you that the consistency is not the best. All the other rubbing compounds and stuff, like, they're not this thick. This stuff is like a cross between glue and rubbing compound. All right, let's let that sit for a minute. Another option is to just get a pad like this without the drill and just do it by hand. And I think that would work. I do think the drill is going to make it a lot faster though. So that's what I want to do the last one as for the drill. So what we're going to do for that is we need to wet this and then we'll need to get that ready. This is going to be hard to get off. Oh yeah, it is. This stuff does not even want to get off. It's a mess. I'm going to get most of it off first. I'm going from inside out is my technique. Okay. Definitely made it duller. I do not see a huge gain here. I think hitting it with the rubber, like what I probably want to do now is just hit this with the rubbing compound as well. You might want to start with the toothpaste maybe, but the rubbing compound's really the one that's going to shine this stuff up as far as the polishing. Yeah, way shinier. So I might even just skip the toothpaste, go straight for the rubbing compound. I do not see a benefit at all from the toothpaste. All right, for our fourth and final round, we get our last disc here. We're gonna put the rubbing compound on there. All right, you guys see that? Let me spread it a little bit. We're gonna go a little extra since it's the first one. I think if you're gonna wanna do this, you're probably gonna wanna set up a few different. There's water in my hand now. Okay. So there's water. I'm turning the action. I'm gonna turn this while I just keep this stationary and hold it down. Let me see if I could do the other side so you can see it a little bit. Okay, there you go. Oh. So remember, the machine does about 20 seconds, but I'm going much slower. Okay. Wow, it did a great job, I can tell you already. So, there you go. Like I said, you can see it's going to make a little mess. It's going to shoot the rubbing compound over. And, so, man, Zumba. Who would treat their Zumba disc this well? Okay, and then we want to go ahead and wipe this off, for the most part, most of it off. And then we're going to hit it with the spray. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for just a second and wipe everything else off. Wow. Okay. By far the best results out of the lot. From a mirror finish, like from a polishing standpoint, those pads, it's a combination of the speed and this pad that really makes it happen. I think we've hacked it. I think if you want to, I wouldn't do this on a really expensive game, but on a $20, $30 game or, disc like that's just not working anymore, get a little Dremel or a drill, put a foam pad, get a very light, don't get any grit or anything, but just a rubbing compound pad and one of these and then some good rubbing compound, some Meguiar's. I think you'd be good. All right, so in conclusion, toothpaste, total waste in my opinion. Don't even do it. These machines here, it's just to clean it, but if you could find one that does what this one does, where it turns a pad, it already has the rubbing pad, and you put some compound on there and you really dig in and you get it, pretty good, but this thing's gonna break. It's all plastic. It's not gonna last you a long time at all. These little kits here, again, it's really just going to clean the dirt off. You're really not going to polish that. It says it's a polisher, but it's going to be a very mediocre polisher at that. Buying your own Meguiar's rubbing compound or scratch remover, and then getting a foam pad like this on a Dremel or a drill is going to just really polish really, really well at the level of a $200 machine. So there's levels to it. I definitely think my first thing would do is sometimes you just need to clean your disc. So go buy a disc cleaner, clean it. Second, when it comes to polishing, this thing's gonna do a really light job. This thing's gonna do a heavier job. And if you missed it, we did a video on the JFJ disc cleaner. If you really wanna go pro, or you're gonna be doing hundreds of discs, you can invest in something like that. But I think we've hacked it. Like you could seriously just use a homemade setup like mine, put a disc holder in a shroud of some kind, hold it, and then have your drill, and you can clean hundreds of discs this way, no problem. All right, anyways, that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.